Hãy đến ngay với chúng tôi này, 5 Star English, cùng vào lớp Anh ngữ 5 sao này. We got what you need.
Xin chào các quý phụ huynh và các bạn. Cảm ơn mọi người đã có mặt ở đây để tham gia cuộc tranh biện của chúng con ngày hôm nay. Tiếng Anh là một ngôn ngữ mang lại nhiều cơ hội về cả mặt cá nhân và nghề nghiệp. Đó là một hành trình đầy thử thách và phần thưởng, cho phép chúng con kết nối với mọi người đến các nền văn hóa khác nhau và mở rộng ý tưởng của mình. Hôm nay chúng con sẽ bàn luận về cách tốt nhất để học tiếng Anh là gì. Trải nghiệm của mọi người bị ảnh hưởng bởi văn hóa, phong cách học tập và sở thích cá nhân của họ. Trong buổi tranh luận ngày hôm nay, chúng con khuyến khích mọi người hãy chú ý lắng nghe và chia sẻ ý tưởng của mình khi kết thúc.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's get started. Guys, I know this is hard, and I know that you can do hard things. Okay? I know this is hard, and you can do hard things. Okay, so now let's get started. So now I would like to know, Team 1, in your opinion, what's the best way to learn a new language?
In my opinion, I think the best way to learn English is watching movie, because you can watch movie across all the age, and it will help you to learn the vocabulary and grammar, and it will increase your listening skill and know how to pronounce the word that you learn. And most of all, your learning can be easier because you can watch any genre of film that you like.
Okay, watching movies, it will definitely help with a pronunciation and fluency. Team 2, what do you think?
I would agree about watching movies can help you about learning English, but I think watching movies is not the best way to learn English, because the best way to learn English I think is listening to podcast. Because when you are watching a movie, the performer talk really quickly, so it's too hard to understand, and it may be different, have hard word, and if you don't have a basic English, you can understand it. So I think watching movies is not the best way to learn English. I advise you is listening podcast is the best way to learn English, because listening to podcast can help you about listening, and you can learn around every time and everywhere. Some example is when you take a shower or driving a car, it can help you about relax when you sweat, or need explore the wide range of native speakers.
Yeah, learning English can be, watching movies can be challenging. So now, listening to podcasts, it's also a great way to learn English. Team 1, what do you think about this?
In my opinion, I think listening to podcast is not the best way to learn English, because nowadays there's a lot of toxic podcast, and it's very hard to find a podcast with the same knowledge. And I think podcast is only focused on listening in real life, so it's very difficult to complete new words and grammar. So I suggest practicing in front of the mirror, because you can be more confident when you speak in English, and you can be repairing your skill by yourself. You can also practice every time you're in front of the mirror and next to your friends. You can also see your mouth sync to improve your pronunciation, and you will keep your conversation in a very natural way, because you have very comfortable environment.
Yeah, choosing the content that we consume can be tricky. Speaking in front of a mirror, it's a good way to look at ourselves and see how we look while we're speaking a new language. Team 2, what do you have to say about this?
I would disagree to your opinion because, well, I think that talking in front of a mirror is not the best way because talking in front of a mirror, when you talk in front of a mirror, there will be no one to give you feedback on your mistakes that you are having. Well, as you mentioned, that you may repair your skills, but you only will repair the skills that only know the mistakes that you already know about. You cannot repair your skills if you don't know what the mistake is in the first place. And also your confidence. I will also not agree to that your confidence is high because you are speaking in front of any real people, and you may find it difficult speaking when you speak to someone real outside in the real world.
Getting feedback is important when we are learning a language. Team 1, what do you think about this point? Do you think feedback is important while we are learning a language?
In my opinion, if you say that there are people who are still playing healthy and non-toxic games such as education, no one will volunteer to do those things. Nowadays, there are a lot of interesting social media and violence games. All of these things not only do not help people study English, but also it makes us have some violent thoughts.
So we advise listening to music because it enhances your language with music, and it also creates a comfortable, relaxed, and happy environment for studying. And it's also convenient, and you can do it everywhere. And there's many types of music, so you can choose and listen to what type of music that you want. And it's also improve your listening skill and increase your vocabulary by listening to English music.
Whether we like it or not, listening to music is a fun way to learn a new language. Guys, what do you think? Team 2.
Yes, I can agree with you on the listening skill will be improved by listening to music. But also the new thing that I'm sure about your vocabulary, grammar structure is might be wrong or right. I don't know, because many songs that using wrong grammar structure to fit the risk and the death. So in my opinion, it's not the best way to learn another language. So in my opinion, learning a language by might be a best way because you will learn in that language and you will communicate with the local people, and of course you must use their language. You cannot speak Vietnamese to another country that they won't understand what you are saying right now. And of course the second thing, you will use it every single day. You will practice to make perfect, and yes, of course you will make a bunch of new friends, and they will fix your grammar structure, they will improve your listening skill, they will help you on the fluency, and everything else that help you get better in that language.
Going abroad is an interesting way to learn a language. Guys, what do you think? Is going abroad the best way?
I think going abroad is a good way, but can you make sure that you have enough money to going abroad, or if you have enough money, can you make sure that you have a good plans to live in there and study? You have a good plans to live and study in there. So going abroad is a good way, but you need to make sure that
you have enough money and a good plans to study in there. And you need to make sure that going to that country and studying in that school is a good choice for you. And also going abroad but you need to take care about yourself, because in another country you don't have any friends or parents in there, so there can be a lot of comment you going to cheat you and stealing your money.
Team 1, do you think going abroad could be dangerous?
I disagree with you on the don't have plan. Because if people are intend to be going abroad, they already have a plan for them. So if they don't, so why should choose the going abroad? Because it will cost a lot of money and you will take maintenance to, And going abroad, you have to know the basic grammar first to understand what the local people say, what the teacher in the university say, and what your friends are saying in that language. Of course, so I don't think that might be silly damage, maybe fake.
Look, what do you think? What's the best way to learn English?
In my opinion, the best way to learn English is playing video games, because playing video games is very fun and engaging, which let you have fun while still learning a language. Playing video games can also help you to learn the accents of how people speak in the country. And you can also make friends while you play.
What do you think? Is playing video games a good way to learn English?
If you say that, there are people who are still playing non-toxic things such as education. No one will volunteer to do those things. But nowadays, there are a lot of interest in social media and violence games. And all of these things not only do not help people study English, but it also makes us have violent thoughts.
What do you think, Love? Do you think playing video games can make us have violent thoughts?
Well, it's not always bad there is violence game on the internet, because it all depends on how you look for games, and if you choose the correct games, then you can be completely safe and able to learn the language that you wanting to learn.
Great. Okay, Team 1, now you have a few seconds to choose. What's the best way? Lynn, what's the best way to learn your language? Sorry.
I think the best way is studying in the English class. I will say it is study in the foreign class, because it will improve your listening skills and speaking skills. Because if you study in the English class, it means that you will study at 100% of English speaking. So it will improve your pronunciation and your listening skill. And the second one, an important one that I have seen a lot of Vietnamese people who listening a English question, so they will answer to Vietnam. So they will translate it to Vietnamese and answer it to Vietnamese way, and also they will translate their Vietnamese answer to English ways. So if you study with the foreign teachers, you can also improve your thinking way about English and answer it more easy and faster.
Guys, going to an English class, see the best way to learn English?
I think going to English class is not the best way to learn English, because when you go in the English class, you have to learn the grammar, and you have to learn the vocabulary, and also you have to learn the grammar, and also you have to learn the vocabulary, and also you have to learn the Vietnamese teacher in Vietnam. Many they just teach about grammar and they don't care about listening or speaking. So students in Vietnam know very much about grammar, but when they communicate with foreign people, it's too hard to understand. So understand what they say. So but foreign people, they don't care about grammar. They just care about what is your meaning. So I think your English class is not the best way to learn English.
Okay, that's a very interesting opinion. So now, team 1, team 2. You will have a few seconds to choose. In your opinion, what's the best way to learn English? Okay, so team 1.
I think the best way is our team is suggests that the best way to study to learning English is going to a English class because it is convenient and it is population for Vietnamese people and other countries, and also it is more professional than another way because it's have a teacher teaching you.
Thank you. Team 2.
So, in our opinion, we choose playing games this way. We're still teenager, we love playing games, but when we play games, we can learn the English and compare and have a bunch of friends to discuss or anything. And of course, they will understand what we're saying and they will fix when we are wrong, using wrong grammar, having bad pronunciation, and there's many other stuff. And of course, video games, it will make us relax after we burn out.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening, everybody.
5 star, 5 star, 5 star English. 5 star, 5 star.
5 Star English, một công ty thuộc tập đoàn giáo dục Atlantic